This is not a movie set. This is the real deal. I've changed my boots and dusted off my Stetson because we are here at the Texas ranch of top cutting horse trainer Punk Carter to meet a singer who's also the real deal. LeAnn Rhymes not only talks the talk, she walks the walk. She's a real country girl at heart. She won her first talent contest when she was 5, and the little girl with the big voice learned to ride about the same time that she learned to sing.
I grew up around horses, and my dad always rode in the rodeo, and I guess I was on my first horse by the time I was 2, and then I really started getting into it when I met Punk and really started to get into cutting.
6 a.m. came away too early. The Friday meetings over.
Were you always horse crazy?
Always, yeah, pretty much. I mean, when you grow up around them, I didn't know any different, you know? I just knew horses and dogs and every kind of animal you could possibly imagine, and I loved them.
So why cutting horses?
There's something very powerful about a cutting horse, and it's so amazing because it's really the horse doing all the work. You know, they're so well trained, and they're just such amazing, amazing animals, and just really kind of peaceful to be able to just go out and ride on, you know, open land, and there's nothing better than the wind blowing in your hair riding. It's so amazing. So, and like I said, they're so powerful, and it's just for them to be trained so well to do such an amazing sport.
I want to know how horses have affected you in your career. Have they taught you anything about yourself? Because they're very humbling.
Well, they are humbling, and I'm a control freak, so I think the relinquishing the control and like handing it over and to them is really, you know, I mean, you do have somewhat of, I think you have to have control over the horse, but in another way you have to be able to trust them enough to give it up, especially when you cut, you know, you just have to be able to lay your hand out and let them do the work. And that's taught me a lot, to be able to trust an animal. And sometimes it's really been tough in my business to trust humans, so it's like to be able to have something that I can fall in love with and that I can understand and understands me, and you have that relationship. I think that's a really amazing thing.
You and your father had, you're obviously very close to him. You did go through a rough period. Did the horses bring you back together?
Yeah, they did actually. That was kind of when we finally started really speaking again and having a really great relationship. That's what we do still now. It's like I go out and we saddle up and ride, and it's kind of a place where we can talk about, we have a lot of other things to talk about besides music, and, you know, and because my dad, and, you know, he worked with me for so long, and that was really all it became about, was music and business. And now as my dad, it's like we're connecting on a different level, and horses allow that to happen.